will go down as one of, if not the greatest U.S. women's skier of all time, and she has a record 12 national podiums.
Julia Mancuso will coast into the next round.
So it all started when I was pregnant with my first child, Sunny. I had just recently retired from ski racing. In 2018, I was still trying to make the Pyeongchang Olympics, and I had to overcome some chronic hip pain, and I had hip surgery. That led me to getting a hip replacement, which afterwards I felt amazing. I knew that I wanted to ski more and, follow my passions in the mountains, but I also knew I wanted to start a family. So I was pregnant, thinking about what are my next career moves, and I just by chance met Dallas. I'd always had a passion of designing clothes, and we got on the phone one time and we talked, and it turned into a bigger conversation about what are your plans for the future? What are your dreams? I've always wanted to design clothes. It's actually in my journal from when I was a little kid. That was my dream. I wanted to be a fashion designer. And I didn't really, as a young child, think much about the Olympics. I wanted to ski, but, that was my real dream. And so here I was 35 years later thinking about, maybe all of a sudden I was at the right place at the right time, thinking about the right things. So now I've had the opportunity with, Mark and Dallas's vision and passion, and I would say most of all freedom to allow me to design my dream kit and what I want to be proudest to wear on the mountain. As an athlete, I'm always still trying to push my limit to live in the present and get in the zone in those moments. And somehow that just inspires me to be a better athlete and make my gear better. I loved skiing because it was being outside with my friends, wind in your face, just enjoying it. And I've always loved surfing. I've always loved being in the ocean and swimming. And there's something to me about being on the mountain and being in the water that is just so synchronistic. And so now me and my family live half the time in Fiji and Hawaii, so we're in the ocean a lot, and I just love to use nature as my inspiration for my life, really, and that kind of carries into the design of everything that I'm making with AKOVA and all of the colors and the elements. But it's also feeling the tension in my body as a competitive athlete and as a retired, gold medalist. It's like I still want to be the best at what I do. I know that the best at what I do now might not be the best in the world, but I'm still striving for that greatness. I was trying to figure out how can I design something that has a really feminine silhouette that was still really comfortable and you could move in, that still performed in all elements. This was one of the craziest winters that we've had ever on record in California. So it was really cool to be able to test it in Sierra cement, but also these crazy Colorado dry conditions where it was so bone-chilling cold, and sitting on the chair that was completely full of ice in the prototype, felt like I was getting wet and then I wouldn't be wet. So there was a lot of really cool aha moments where I was like, oh wow, there really is a difference when you use this top quality gear. We put it through the ringer in every condition, and it still feels really light and flowy and like I'm wearing nothing. I want to make something that my mom, who's used to wearing designer clothes, is like, I'm like, Mom, you're wearing my ski pants and you're going to love them, I want to make something that's the best for the resort, but you can still take it in the backcountry. I'm also a mom who's on the mountain with her kids, and I probably skied with a harness more days than without this year. So I wanted to have a ton of pockets to keep all the snacks and all the water and not have to carry a backpack, because I don't want to carry a backpack when I'm skiing with my kid. I spent all this time researching what I want and how I want it to feel and what I want it to look like, and feeling the different fabrics. And then it came, and I honestly was almost in tears because I was so proud of how it felt. I knew right away, especially getting the colors, the blue crush colors, I knew right away, this really is my product, and this was something that I dreamed up and now I get to wear, and I cannot wait till it gets in the hands of everyone because it's amazing. I really hope that anyone who tries it, I know they're going to be like, wow, this is the quality and the detail, something that I've never really experienced in a jacket, especially when they wear it on a stormy day. They're going to be so stoked. So I just can't wait for everyone to be able to get their hands on these amazing products, and it'll be fun to match a lot of people on the mountain.